Just because I'm an orc, don't mean I'm dumb. When you've run the shadows as long as I have, you get smart, or you die. Heard about it, Kimmy? Just because I'm smart, don't mean I'm no public library. Money holds great power, especially when you give it to me. Just show me where you want the holes. Should have hired this guy instead of Orifice. You want for us to go running the shadows? Look at this hardware, Bob. I got overheads. You can't recycle a grenade, you know. Let's start this partnership at 1,500 new yen. What do you say? Nah, we're not ready for that. We're not ready for that kind of commitment. Besides, if I was going that route, I would just cough up the extra 2,000 and hire our dwarvish friend there. Getting stuck on a pole. All right. I want to say, I wonder where this computer is that we got this code for. Oh, actually, I know where we're gonna go. I know where we're gonna go. There's a warehouse. I think we're actually getting close to it. And I think there's a hotel this way too, so I might as well pony up. What's in here? Oh, Drake. Right on the outside, and the combat music starts inside. I'm willing to bet you that's where we find our computer. Apparently there's just dudes that hang out in the bushes waiting to ambush you. I want to try to find that hotel because we at a quarter health. I don't like where we're sitting for where I want to go. What is... Ooh. I think I remember that graveyard. Oh, and I remember this place too. Oh, we're not ready for this. We have traveled far off the path, my friends. Just get me a hotel. Who's this guy? He's just a person. Thanks, game. We're gonna have to jump on the subway quick. Which club, I wonder, was the Jagged Nails? I'll have to find that. Oh, I think I know where that is. I think it's on in this board, actually. Because I think I can get in there. If I remember correctly, and this is going back, obviously, after killing the rusted stilettos, I might be able to get in there because that makes me a badass now. So I'm gonna go check that out right after I have a little nap. And going back to the comment you made probably about 5 minutes ago or so, Daryl, is Fast Jack the faster guy? Maybe I'm gonna get a slot patch here too, just to be safe. I wonder if I can negotiate with this kid. Nah, he doesn't care about that. The guy said he was the fastest in the Matrix because his name was Jet Boy, and I'm thinking, seriously? There's a dude named Fast Jack out there, and he can back up his rep. Hell, in these days, in these years, there was Captain Chaos. He was still around. The Sputnik Club. That's not where I. It's not where I want. It's not where I want to go. Though, like Opti, though, I don't know if Cap was really. It wasn't. Cap's message was stronger than his actual talent. I think. Could be wrong. It's been a long time since I really knew much about the old school runners. All right. I think this game is actually 2052. I think. But yeah, you are correct, I think. I'm gonna defer to you. Ow! I feel Frogger. Oh, there's nothing this way. Okay. I'm losing it. Oh, I think I know. So I think all that's here is a bunch of dudes who want to shoot me from the window. Some dude that's dancing by himself. He's a dancing hippie. Oh man. These guys are shredding me. So Cap might be fresh on the scene when Jake has been running the shadows. That's right, those were moving cars that you saw there. The one thing that we didn't get in Shadowrun Returns. And honestly, when editing that game, or when doing the UGC that I did, I realized that was pretty much impossible with their tools. Here's where we want to go. What the hell's in here? I don't think I went in here yet. Oh, this was the hotel. Perfect. Darn music. Them Shadowrunner types blasting away with their racket at all hours. It's no wonder guests don't stay long. You looking for a room? There's only one left. First room on the left. 50 new yen. You want it? Yeah, sure. So we're gonna see if geeking the rusted stilettos were enough to get us into the jagged nails. Apparently the club is cool with dudes just hanging out in the bushes shooting at their patrons. Guys, can you take care of this? Got two bouncers over there that are apparently alright with this. I think that just killing these guys, it should be enough cred to get me in. Actually, I wonder if talking to these guys. Get out of my space! Get to the end of the line, chummer. I don't think so, when you're as important as I am. Hey, Rackle Bloodmore. thank you for throwing your Twitch Prime sub at us. We really appreciate it, chummer. Enjoy your up the head emote, and make sure you come on over to the Shadowcasters Discord if you're not there already. We if you connect your Discord account to your Twitch account, you'll actually be able to get to use those emotes and get some get a special badge on our server. So, hoy, chummer! Always room for a true Shadowrunner. You handled that Stilettos gang mighty fine. It's a bit noisier than usual tonight. You want to come in? 50 new yen. Alright, go right in, buddy. If you just go into the user settings under your own, I guess your own name, it'll have like an integrations section, and you pretty much just click on the Twitch symbol, and it'll do the rest for you. Oh, this picture again. I swear to God, it's probably one of the worst portraits in the game. I don't know what he's supposed to be, but I don't think that's a human color of skin. It's not like any man I've ever seen. Hi, what can I get you? I let Cecil do the socializing. I merely serve the customers, dear. Alright, you know what, Kimmy? I don't know, how about some juice? Maybe. There's a few of these guys around here. They look like androids. Know about dog? How about some juice? Drake, juice? I don't think this guy can do much for me. Just really wants to give me some juice. Chasing this waitress down. I'm your waitress for tonight. Is there anything that I can get you? I'd love to chat, but the boss would sack me. I don't think she's gonna be able to provide me very much. Hey, she looks familiar. Yep, that is Kitsune. And Kitsune was the person that helped resurrect me. You do well to get some experience on your side. Don't listen to those technomancers. You're always going to need some magic with you. Don't insult me. We're talking more like 2,000 new yen if you want magic on your side. Magic buys power. Or money buys power. How about we negotiate that? Quit stalling. Are you going to deal? I think this is probably a Kimmy. We are not going to deal. Who's this dude? Darling, nice outfit. Very street level. Not like some weirdos we've had in here. Unusual aftershave. Everyone always comments on Jake's aftershave. Oh, oodles of entertainment tonight. Kitsune's performing until 12. And I get off at 1. Oh, really? No one asks when you got off work. It's very presumptuous of you that I care about that. Ask about Kitsune. Well, catch her act if you've got the time. She just uses this place as a cover to pick up any good runs on offer. Runs, eh? Oh, that's not what I meant to click. Is there anything special I can get you? Shadowrunners. Oh, so you're one of that crowd. Well, it's It's who you know that counts. You should mingle a little. And there's also Kitsune if you can get her off the stage. How the hell do I get her off the stage? She's too far away, man. Maybe I'll ask this guy. Ask about Kitsune. And she's not running the shadows, she's running around howling on the stage. Alright. I don't know how much else I can do here. Time to get to that warehouse. So we, what the hell? Guys, you've got a problem outside your club, eh? Actually, I'm gonna go to that hotel real quick. Because this docks situation, I think, is kind of a serious place. And I don't want to set back all of that progress. I don't want to talk to those bartenders again if I can help it either. Hey, Togashi Jack. Welcome back. We have made a little bit of progress in the game. Unfortunately, we had to do some grinding to get karma. I've never played the Shadowrun for SNES or Genesis. Heard only good things. Well, it is a cool game. It's of course a product of its time, so yeah, there are like unnecessary grinding stuff before you can progress your stories and all that stuff, but that was the way of things back in this day and age for games. That's how they filled out content, because what maybe some people don't know that weren't buying games at the time is that games were really fragging expensive. You were paying $80 to $100 for a new game, easy, on the Super Nintendo. And it was only for a cartridge, so to fill out a lot of time, they had to do a lot of grinding stuff. Born in '85, I remember that games were like then. Well, then you know. But yes, they had to pad games big time back in these days. Now there's a charm to it. Yeah, well, I'm also Canadian, so they actually inflated games quite a bit, because I do remember going down to Buffalo at the time, which pretty much everybody in Ontario used to do. You go down to and hit Buffalo and get some games going, and oh, it's Belushi again. Well, you be looking for a ship. The docks are the right place. Longhorn Jack, they call me. Finest taxi boat driver in this fine city. I don't think it's time to talk to this guy. To Longhorn Jack. Yeah, it was actually for the Sega Genesis. I remember I had wanted Shining Force 2 so badly. And actually this was a big one too, and I had to wait for Christmas to get this kind of stuff. What's in here? Oh, there's a dude. Oh, the mage is using spells! Finally. We just witnessed a mage using a spell. Ah, there's the computer. I'm not ready. I've only got like 2 in computer right now. What is... Oh, I thought that was something. But yeah, we used to make little trips down to Buffalo, stuff our cars full of things that we had purchased in the US, and scoot back across the border. That was the Canadian way of doing things. Because it was actually worthwhile for us to do at that time. Our dollar was close enough, except and whoa! Go and do not return until you have the 3 items from my followers. One of the earth, one of a creature, and one of a man. That was... Guys, I'm pretty sure that was dog. Pay no attention to the fact that he kind of looked like kangaroo. Ooh, this is not awesome. This mage is really... I don't have a good feeling about going into the warehouse over there, based on what's happening right here. We're gonna try it though, guys. What the hell? Well, he's not doing much to us, at least. But we, in turn, are not doing much to him. I could do this all day, Octopus. This red-eyed octopus. Oh, maybe I could do this all day. I feel that I've gone too far, though. Can't leave now. So me and this Ares Viper. Either we're gonna kill the octopus or my thumb's gonna fall off. Oh man. Guys, this doesn't feel ridiculous at all. It's not every day you walk into a random warehouse and find an evil octopus. It's a war of attrition. I guess you failed your sanity check, and that's why there's it's just this octopus instead of what it really is. Walk into the warehouse and suddenly Cthulhu. It's not every day you have a sustained land battle with cephalopods. Guys, I'm getting really tired here. I'm not gonna die. If it comes down to it, I'm just gonna simply walk away. Look, I feel that we're about even.
It sucks to suck, doesn't it?
It does suck to suck. Okay, octopus. Should I run away, guys? I'll be back one day, octopus. One day. The hell's that following me?
It's a snake.
I think it's some like splooge. Oh no. When do these mages start casting spells? If you were wondering in Shadowrun Returns why Jake needed the help of a random Shadowrunner, I think that octopus battle puts it into perspective. Look, if you can't kill a random land-dwelling octopus that shape changes into a girl, then you're just not a Shadowrunner. You're a dude that makes his safe houses and makes his safe house into morgues. All right. Where should I go? 10:30. We got about half an hour left in the stream, and I feel that we need to. We need a little bit more. We need a little bit more, you know, ability here. So we're gonna walk the streets. We're gonna walk the world and try to rid the world of some of these guys. You know, it's a community service. In the Barrens, you can't walk down the street without some random dudes. Some of them crawling on the second story of buildings, some of them just poking out from peepholes. Just hunting random citizens. So I kind of always took it as the fact that like Jake was like a really wanted man. Because they had, like, the ganger at the beginning had said that they are after you, and Drake has this, like, open contract on you, so he's just trying to simulate that there are dudes out there that want to, there are heavy dudes, and these guys that look like they flash people in supermarkets. Really shady hombres. Cat's doing.
Spin the ball.
Yeah. Who else is shooting at me? Oh, these guys. Seriously, my thumb is like numb right now. That octopus fight. Arthritis, guys, it's real. Now, I think if I go around the block here, I think I can get into the sewers right now. I'm not sure though. I might have to get access to that gated area first. Yeah, it's locked. I'm gonna go see if I can talk to that guy anyway. Hey, how's it going, Splash? Welcome to welcome to the shit show. Yeah. As we try to fail our way upwards in oh, get off me! Fail our way upwards in the Super Nintendo Shadowrun. In other words, try to do this while grinding as little as possible, and realizing that it's really hard wired into this game that
I will not be quiet, Slipples. Butthole.
Slipples.
Yeah, you just messaged me on Facebook.
Oh. This is the one and only game I ever called the Nintendo Power tip line for. You know what? I honestly was so frustrated at this one point in the game, and I don't want to say it right now because we're giving away... I don't want to give away plot stuff, but there's one part in the game, man, that stuck me for like a year. Goddamn ridiculous. I left the game. I think I went and beat the Genesis game, which has also had like a really, like a couple parts where you just kind of had to stumble through it and figure it out. But I think I went and beat the Genesis game and then came back and figured out the one stupid thing I had missed in this game. I might end up, I hit myself with a door. Doors. My greatest opponent, other than that octopus. But yeah, went back to it and finally figured it out. Got closure on this game. My memory is so foggy on this game though, and a lot of the things to do. We're hitting like a hard point again, where I can't get through without more karma and more money. Money is a big problem at this point. Actually, money is probably the bigger problem than karma is. Because I really just need a gun that'll do more, and to get that I need 15,000 new yen. I still think that this is probably, even though the new yen jobs suck here, this is probably the most efficient area to grind up with. Just knock over a stuffer shack. Really, Jake needs to smarten up to make that happen. This makes me want to give a disapproving opti face. Seriously though, this game was not made for arthritic old gingers. What is that mouthy little cat on about? I guess the question is how often or if you're even able to go to McHugh's. No, there's no McHugh's in this game, unfortunately. I think the first spelling was correct. In my episode of Tales from the Stuffer Shack where they went to the McHugh's, I hadn't even recalled that there was actually a McHugh's menu published in one of the books. Or I would have used that. What kind of new yen are we sitting at right now? Oh, dude. So, I promise to grind up some cash off screen in this game, so I don't have to subject you guys to this nonsense. Yeah, no, there's a ton. There's a ton of fluff in Shadowrun. Togashi. I always manage to skip it when reading the books because you're looking for crunch more, but then I get reminded of all that cool flavor. I say I even like I'm any better, but I'm pretty much the same way. And then when I get on like the Emerald Grids on Twitter, and Cassie always throws these cool little like lore tidbits out that I had no clue were even published. That is a cool Twitter to follow, by the way. If you guys just want like neat little bits of lore with references, she always kind of goes into things and just drops these small little findings because she goes over the books over and over again. So gonna have to reread the Sixth World Almanac that they published for 4th edition. Yeah, and even though it's going back far, if you get the chance, I always recommend people read Shadow Beat, which was, I believe, in 2nd or 3rd edition. I don't recall. That was a treasure trove of cool Shadowrun lore, even though it's a little dated at this point. You're old dated. Give me that sweet, sweet karma. Because at least if I get enough karma, because I'm not dropping any in body right now. I think I'll just keep putting karma into computer for the next little while, so that I can maybe do some Matrix runs in the near future. Some Minesweeper runs. For context, Shadow Beat was published in 1992. Amazon is offering to sell me a new paperback for $140. well, you can get the PDF, I believe, for quite a bit cheaper. Off of Drive-Thru RPG. I know that a copy of it got given away during the Streamathon, which I'm very envious of, because I've always wanted to own that one. Amusing though, considering Shadow Beat came out in 1992 there, as you mentioned, and this game came out in 1993. I hadn't realized, and this is actually quite cool, because well, at least it's cool to me. I guess hearing, and we all hear the fandom of Shadowrun. I mean, in North America, this game exposed a lot of people to Shadowrun. Going further past that into the more distant not distant past. What the hell am I saying? We heard about the North American fan bases, the German fan bases. Germany loves Shadowrun and everything about it. But I hadn't realized, and this game actually, I believe it must have had a Latin copy, or then again a lot of Latin countries, like in South America, really do teach a lot of people English just because it's so useful and versatile. But I hadn't realized that Shadowrun had such a South American following. There are multiple Shadowrun podcasts from various South American places, and this game was huge there. Which is just shocking to me. Because we never hear much from the South American following. They keep pretty quiet, and I found this out because I just decided to, for the hell of it, try to go on to Facebook, and they have like this advertising thing, and they gave me like a free like $30 certificate to advertise my show, the Violent Life podcast. And I did that, and pretty much did a very wide sweep around the world for Shadowrun fans. And I thought they were mostly bots, but most of the views that I got and likes all were from the South American base. And I did think that a lot of them might be bots or view bots or so, that kind of thing. So I engaged some of the people, and they certainly weren't view bots. They a lot of them cited the Super Nintendo Shadowrun was the thing that got them on it. So very cool to see how versatile the fan base of the game is. See, there you go. For the record, Shadow Beat is $8 on Drive-Thru RPG. So I guess since I've done some plugging and we're hitting around the end of the show, other than talking about the stuff we all know about Twitch at this point, because I'm pretty sure that you guys have been around for most of the show, I also do a podcast. It is the Violent Life podcast. I mostly do. If you go back into the history of the podcast, I did some informationals, but mostly nowadays I do audio dramas for Shadowrun. And the big one that I do right now is Redmond Born, which, to not spoil too much in regards to the plot or plot twists that happen, follow a sinless protagonist in their life as a kind of a street vagrant in the Redmond Barrens. And it gets a lot more complex and complicated as the show goes along, and you kind of get drawn into it. I recommend, if you like Shadowrun story time, to check it out if you got a chance. I narrate it, and I bring in a full cast to to voice act the show. How appropriate would that be if all the Shadowrun listeners are in fact sentient Matrix entities, don't actually exist in meat space? I promise you that I, at least, am not some complex Matrix AI pretending to be a human being, because I would be more handsome and less bald. I would be just as ginger, though. Splash is a fishing bot. I can confirm this. Fishing bot confirmed. Decker. That's it. Just Decker. You'll be just as soulless too, Damian. Just as soulless as a Matrix entity. Being a ginger, I guess so. But I'm actually coming out with the very end of the first season of Redmond Born this Friday. So I've got to actually knuckle down and finish the recording for it. And then we will be taking a break from Redmond Born for a couple months before going back to it. So it's going to end off in a rather epic fashion. So now is a really good time to tune in, if you haven't. I wish I could talk about more of the stuff that was coming on this channel, on Twitch. We've got some original programming that's going to be happening. What I can tell you is that Opti and Mr. Johnson will be playing more of a part on the Shadowcasters Network Twitch in days to come. We're going to get that old crow involved. He's pretty excited about it, actually. And Mr. J's got tons of cool ideas. Possibly more ideas than we can put out there. Do they all end up leaving Redmond for the Republic? I am a Canadian who can't speak a word of French, but I'm the Republic of Quebec. No, they don't. We have, I think that we don't have any other real programming on the Shadowcasters network this month, I want to say. We have a very full docket that Bobby is now putting together and getting out there for the new month. And yeah, we've got a lot of neat stuff coming. We're going to announce some of it soon. Sorry, I live in Montreal. I find it hilarious what they did with my city for the Sixth World. Right? I'm a Hamilton guy myself. Hamilton, Ontario, that is. They didn't do anything with my city in the Sixth World. They did in Rifts, however, which I always found amusing. Though I didn't find much else in Rifts very amusing. We had a thread pop up on Reddit. Yeah, they have Hamilton Rifts. They actually, they've nicknamed it the Old Smoke, and it is one of the only cities in all of Rifts that is pre-Rift. So it's like literally Hamilton as it is today. So, which also makes it a very SDC city, the SDC and MDC in that ridiculous game. So basically, if shit was going down, you were crashing through buildings. But yeah, of all things, Hamilton appears in Rifts. It actually had a considerable amount of a source book dedicated to it. Montreal's Barrens are actually where the suburbs were, as most of the English-speaking Quebecers left when it gained independence from Canada. That kind of makes sense, though, really. Every time they tried to have the Quebec referendum, there was a large part of Quebec that really didn't want to succeed for many reasons. The one thing that I always find in Quebec, and I mean rightfully so, a lot of Quebecers feel neglected from the rest of the country without realizing that every single province in this country feels resentful of the country as a whole. Well, that's just Canadian living. We are very harsh critics of our own country. Our patriotism is rather strange. We are all couch politicians. I'm going to probably grind out my health bar here, and then we will be leaving the stream for the evening. When we come back, I will be significantly higher in Nguyen. I will have a shotgun, and we are going to break open the rest of this game. I'm pretty sure that if I get that gun, we might be able to finish this game next Wednesday. Because it goes really quick once you're actually able to do the content. As long as you don't get held up on the puzzles. And yes, Quebec has succeeded in leaving Canada. It'd probably also leave Quebec. Yeah. Or I'd probably also leave Quebec. Well, it's just that not economically wise for any province to do so. What? These heavy dudes. These heavy dudes are too much. What am I going back in there for? Okay. So we're going to have a little nap, and then I'm going to bring us out. Hopefully next time I'll also get this chat box situation fixed too, so it's not a blank screen for the entire stream. Oh, look at that! I didn't realize we farmed up 23 karma. We are badasses now. I'm not afraid of any computer system in this game anymore. Alright, guys. So, thank you for sticking around and continuing the playthrough with me. It was a lot of fun as always, and I hope that you guys are able to come back and join me for the next round as we continue and hopefully finish the Shadowrun Super Nintendo version for the next episode of Mediocre at Best, which we will then move on to the Sega Genesis version. If you enjoyed watching me play games, I am doing some more occasionally on my own channel, which is of course www.twitch.tv/Avenzi. And other than that, I am of course back every Wednesday on Mediocre at Best, and intermediately thrown around this show whenever we're doing something or I can make it. So thank you guys, thank you for the subs and the followers, and I will catch you on the next Mediocre at Best. See you in the shadows, chummers.